Hello, good people. I've got some news to break. Listen, a friend of mine who knows a friend of his was over at one of the major grading companies, and he found out, and this is going to come out soon, man. They've been using illegal workers for grading. Yeah, illegal workers. That's right. Can you believe it? And the worst part, the workers are all blind. Every one of them blind, completely blind as a bat, can't see a damn thing, and just put them in there, just slabbing. I'm telling you, I'm kidding, of course. I'm just joking. But did I get your attention? Is that what we're all about, getting attention today? Look, I put this video together because I wanted this is kind of a response to the whole star stock fake news is what I'm going to call it, because I don't think there's any news there. In fact, I think this is something you'd read on Sports Cards Digest every day or Collectors every day, and just like, okay, so star stock is restructuring and laid some people off. But no. There's a bigger story to this. Now, before I get started, I want to quickly say, look, I'm just voicing my opinion, my thoughts, my perception of what I see going on. I have said, and I do continue to say, the market is correcting. We're going to see more downsizing of companies. We're going to see the companies and people, individuals going bankrupt, right? I will tell you right now, PSA's hired a whole bunch of graders. I suspect in the future, they'll lay graders off because they can't sustain that millions and millions of backlog. Does that make sense? These are kind of like my thoughts on things. So let me go back to star stock. Okay, let me go through the timeline here real quickly. I think this is more fair. It appears that my buddy Neo put out a video on the 29th about star stock and about the demise. And if you saw his thumbnail, he's got a Titanic and the ship's going down, and he basically goes on saying star stock's our problems. He talks about how he made money in star stock. He calls his cards out there. I think he even tells people, pull your cards out, which I think in my kind of concerns me. Right, I try to encourage people to research, learn. I'm sharing my opinion, but here's one thing I'll say. Look, Neo here's got 11,000 subscribers. So he makes his comment, and a lot of people are hearing it, right? But what are they doing? They're all panicking too and asking questions. You read the Twitter feed, I think too many answers were given by star stock. Look, we restructured. That's what you should have said. You didn't have to go into every little answer for everything, or do one answer from one broadcast. And that's just my opinion on how they could have responded to this. Anyway, the video that caught my attention was my buddy Dakota over at Sports Card Anonymous. Now he put together this video where he's very, very serious and great little branding on, insider spills all on star stock and the potential, blah, blah, blah. And talks about how they're buying product for more, like they're buying a box for $1,000 and they're breaking for $500 and they're losing. That, first of all, seems to me crazy. Like, why would you even do that? Second of all, none of that's validated. None of that's proven. It's all hearsay, but it creates this fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? I mean, Dakota, even I will say, does say he's not pulling his cards out of there, but he does suspect others will. Of course he does. He's saying this to people. He's telling other people. Now, again, like that butterfly flapping its wings and how the wind just starts getting bigger and bigger. Well, guess what? Sports Card Radio picks up a story on this, and so does Card Porn. Okay, now two different groups, Card Porn down here and Sports Card Radio. Not a ton of subscribers. So we're at a total of 15, 20,000 subscribers between all these channels. What gets me though is that this time Sports Card Radio's got the eyes of the community on it, because it's putting out these videos that are basically battering other channels. So everybody's watching their channel, and then they do a video talking about star stock's going bankrupt, which I think is naive of them, right? Again, let's go back to this. Star stock's not one individual who got over leveraged. Star stock is a company with a board, a CEO, which means there's oversight. They typically don't go bankrupt. I mean, it can happen, don't get me wrong. We terribly mismanaged. They had $8 million last year. It'd be hard to burn that. Anyway, I just think, again, that was wrong. But again, look at this butterfly flapping. It's doing, it's blowing more FUD. And think of the damage that's happening. As a person who likes star stock and using this, well, this is killing my star stock value. Everybody thinks star stock's over. End of the world star stock. Right now, I applaud. Let me quickly go on this one. Then Card Porn. Card Porn picks this up. Now, Card Porn, oh my God, I'm a fan of Card Porn. Card Porn's a watchdog. But Card Porn, with great power comes great responsibility. And I feel like you had a responsibility to not post this, right? Let me go to Sports Card Anonymous page where I'm doing this. And eventually, here's what I'll say real quickly. He gets to the, what is it? He has this video on the 29th, and he sets up an interview yesterday with the CEO, which I thought was great. And I'm curious to know, did he reach out to them? Did they reach out to him? Why did Scott choose to go on his channel to do this? I mean, it's not that I'm against being on his channel. Just I think he should have put a general message. He made himself vulnerable, which actually I guess I applaud for doing that. But I was surprised by that. Anyway, he comes out with this statement. If you watch the video yesterday, it seems to me like a lot of this was just a bunch of hearsay and BS. Okay, let me clear up another thing. This morning, Personal finance dad jumps on the Star Stock reaction video. And one of the points that's brought up here, okay, that I think Scott does a good job of explaining, is there's this whole discussion about how these employees were laid off and they were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements, which means they can't compete in the sports card industry. Oh my goodness. Okay, look, first of all, as many people have said, non-competes are very difficult to enforce. Second of all, the company does this, it's very standard in pretty much every agreement. And when you're giving somebody money, it's a contingency. It's basically, I'm going to give you 2 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it is. And I'm firing you in good terms, that you are fired, not because you're bad, but because company made a mistake, which then gives you the rights to benefits such as unemployment. If they're doing all that, to ask you to sign non-compete is not a big deal. And again, I'm not even going to go after this. If you were to run off to CMC or CMC and then get hired from them, you think Star Stock's going to come after you? No. So you just brought this up as attention. And people droning on this go, oh, how mean Star Stock is to force these poor employees. First of all, Scott came on and he even waived that, which I think was very nice of him. It shows you, I really do believe Scott was a collector. Like many of these guys, there are those who are collectors who are trying to make a sports card business. And then there's just straight up investors who are just trying to, invest in this and make as much money as they can. There's two different mindsets. And again, I naively still like and trust Scott. I believe he did the right thing for his employees, the way he let them go. Again, it was just the way things grew. He says in the video that they hit a backlog where it's taking them, I think, a month or two to get through everything. And instead of continue the backlog to be worse for us, the consumer, he said, I'm going to close everything. I'm going to stop accepting that. I'm going to catch up. Now, in order to catch up, I got to make things more efficient and I got to make them more cost productive. So I have to lessen the staff and I have to focus on just doing this. I don't think that's a bad thing to do. I mean, for all we know, Scott could be there on the after hours, boxing and shipping and doing all sorts of stuff. But we basically, here's my opinion. After all this dust settles, would you do this again? Would you listen to some disgruntled employee and post a sky is falling video? And then would everybody else jump on the damn bandwagon about it? I wonder how we'll react in the future, right? Because more of this is going to come in different ways. I think I said this in my videos last year, that the correction will continue. And the area, in my opinion, that we hit first was going to be the grading market. I think you'll see some grading companies go away and some graders get laid off because you don't need as many graders as we continue this market space, especially as things are changing. I think local card store shops will get hit when they lose allocations and people aren't going to the shows, that aren't going to the local stores anymore. I think marketplaces are going to get hit. There's too many of them, which I think is very interesting. Everybody complains, and this is a totally different rant, complains about our eBay. And then eBay makes a change, and what do we complain more? So what it really boils down to is it's all about money. We don't give a crap if eBay protects the buyer or the seller. We just worry about the fees. If eBay was a 1% fee, we wouldn't care about who gets screwed, right? That's the way it seems. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I'm making much too much over this, but I'll just say this. Look, I still support Star Stock. I'm excited about seeing what Star Stock and the sports card world look like in 12, 24, 36, 48, 60 months from now, because I'll still be here. I hope you will too. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Hope you'll give me some feedback. Am I crazy? Am I wrong? And listen, practice what I preach. If I do something similar, if I get on the hype train somewhere, let me know. Pull my reins back and be honest. That's all I can ask. Have a great day, guys.